when space headlines make you go, ah, wah. Today on Orbital A. So, some of you may have seen some recent space headlines to the effect of Saturn so close to Earth on Tuesday that you will be able to see its rings through a small telescope. We've got headlines from the likes of CBS saying Saturn's rings will be visible through a telescope on Tuesday night. We've got similar headlines from Fox affiliates throughout the country. And it's bothering me, y'all. It's bothering me. Why? What's wrong with these headlines, Jeff? Saturn's rings will, in fact, be visible through a telescope on Tuesday. Yes, that is true. However, Saturn's rings will be visible through a telescope on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next Tuesday. A year from now, you will be able to see Saturn's rings through even a small telescope at pretty much any time. Saturn's rings are one of the largest planetary structures in the solar system. They are something like 175,000 miles across and made out of very shiny ice particles. They are huge, bright, and easy to spot through a telescope. In fact, for a lot of people, their first and most indelible memory of looking through a telescope is seeing the planet Saturn because it's so striking. Seeing Saturn through a telescope is like a take your breath away, blow your mind, change your perspective on the universe type moment for a lot of people, myself included. And the bigger a telescope you can see it through, of course, the better. But even small telescopes, a 60 millimeter telescope, even a pair of decent binoculars, that you maybe some 7x35s, are going to show you these beautiful ring structures around Saturn. Now, so what the heck is going on with these headlines? What are they talking about? Well, on Tuesday, Saturn reached what's called opposition. Opposition means that from Earth, Saturn appears in our sky on the opposite side from the Sun. Sun, Earth, Saturn. That means that Saturn is at its closest to Earth when it's at opposition. Now, Saturn will be bigger and brighter because it is at opposition. It is closer in its orbit right now than it would be at another point in its orbit. But Saturn is extremely far away, and its orbit is fairly circular, and the Earth's is fairly circular. So the difference between Saturn at opposition and Saturn outside of opposition is not something that's really going to break the bank through a small telescope. I mean, if you've got a huge telescope where you can really capitalize on that slight extra magnification and extra light coming off of Saturn because it appears larger in the sky, then that's going to make some difference. But to your average person looking through a backyard telescope or a small pair of binoculars, you're not going to be able to tell a major difference. These sort of headlines are written by newsrooms full of people who, generally speaking, are not science experts. And to be fair, reading through these articles, in a lot of cases, the articles themselves are fairly good, pretty accurate, and filled with some pretty good information. How to find Saturn in the sky, what does opposition mean, how long will it be bigger, brighter, what are the rings made out of, that sort of stuff. So I can't really complain too much about the articles themselves, but these clickbait headlines, I worry, do more harm than good. Yes, they get people to click on the article, and then they read the article, and hopefully they learn a little bit about Saturn, and it's great, and I'm all for that, obviously. But the problem is, if I see a headline like Saturn will be so close that you'll be able to see its rings through a telescope, then that tells me, if I don't know anything about Saturn or its rings, then that tells me that when Saturn is not at this magical opposition time, whatever that means, that I won't be able to see its rings through a telescope. And that's misinforming people, and it's going to discourage people from trying to grab a telescope and look at Saturn at other points in time throughout the year. And like I said, Saturn is always worth it to see through a telescope. It is one of the most beautiful, compelling, stunning objects to look at in our solar system, and one of the easiest to see through even a small telescope. So please, get out there, go outside, grab a small telescope, pair of binoculars, ask a friend, whatever you got to do, go get your eyes on Saturn. Yes, the NASA website is going to have awesome pictures of Saturn. You can find great pictures from Cassini all over the internet. You can find big, beautiful, detailed pictures of Saturn. But there is nothing quite like laying your own eyes on that planet for real and actually seeing this object. So, please, if you enjoyed this video and you want to hear more rants from me about annoying space headlines, smash the like and subscribe button, hit the bell so that you get notifications for new videos, and please share this channel with other people who you know who might be interested in these sorts of topics. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you out there next time. Bye.